Greetings, Benjamin J from Ben's Trains with another in the series. Well, a follow-up on that Lionel 8200 Dockside switcher that arrived today. Now, as I said in the original video, this is DC only. It will not run on AC. But by adding a single diode to the transformer, it converts AC into pulsating DC, which is more than good enough to run these motors, and this Lionel switcher is up and running. So like I said, I will pull it apart and solder that diode directly to the motor, and from that moment on, it is a straight AC locomotive. Now, as you see, it does not have a drawbar. It has a knuckle coupler on the back of the locomotive. So I modified this tender and put a knuckle coupler on the front of it. These usually just have a metal slot, not a tab in a slot, just a metal slot to couple to the drawbar on a Lionel locomotive. But since this had a knuckle coupler, I had to add one to the tender. And I have added 8 full-size Lionel cars. All gondolas, of course, except for the crane. We're going to take this around and see how it runs with 8 full-size Lionel cars. So a Dockside switcher running on AC track power. And as you see, that locomotive is running just absolutely perfectly. Now that's about 50% power, as you can see. So we have plenty of power. We can really speed this thing up. As you see, and this locomotive is running just absolutely perfectly. Just by adding a single diode, you can convert a DC locomotive to run on AC in 2 seconds. No muss, no fuss, and this locomotive will run forever just by adding that single diode. 20 cents. And you convert a DC locomotive to AC that'll run now on any track on AC power. That is running just absolutely splendidly. So let's slow this down. And let's see how slow we can run this locomotive. Okay, let's try that. See if it will maintain constant speed all the way around. That's running fairly slow, as you can see. So, it's a cute little locomotive. I've always wanted one of these things. But as I said, the AC model is big bucks, 40 bucks, 50 bucks. This was 15. And I made the guy an offer and he accepted because nobody else wanted it because it's a DC locomotive. But as you see, this is running just absolutely splendidly. Pulling 8 full-size Lionel cars just by adding a single diode. About 20 cents and 10 seconds to add that. Just added it directly to the transformer for now. And like I said, tonight, tomorrow, I'll pull this apart, solder that diode directly onto the motor, and from then on, it will be an AC locomotive. Let's try to slow it down a bit more. Alright, let's see if it'll maintain this speed all the way around. As you see, this thing is just crawling around this rail with no problem at all. So a great little Dockside switcher, 15 bucks. Nobody else wanted it, so I gotta stress it. Don't overlook the junk. You know, it's not junk in the true sense of the word, but it was really limited because it wouldn't run on a standard AC layout, which is why no one wanted to buy it. But as you see, adding that simple diode, and this locomotive is running just absolutely splendidly. All right, let's speed it back up. As you see, it has plenty of power, pulling 8 full-size Lionel cars. So I'm really pleased with it. It's going to be a lot of fun to run this little locomotive. So I'll pull it apart. I'll probably add a headlight to it. There isn't one. And I'll solder that diode directly to the motor, and from then on, it is a straight AC locomotive. So a really simple expedient. And this will work on any DC can motor. And you don't need to spend $25 to buy a full wave rectifier and all the stuff that people try to sell you. One single diode is all you need to convert a DC can motor to run on AC track power. And as you see, this is a great little locomotive that is virtually new, and no one wanted it because it would not run on AC. And like I said, you just add one diode, and that's all you need to do. I'll solder that diode directly to the motor, and from then on, this will be a standard AC locomotive. So, modified a tender for it, and pulling 8 full-size Lionel cars with no problem at all. So the Lionel 8200 Dockside switcher is up and running really, really well. So I'm really pleased with it. It was a lot of fun. It was dirt cheap, and it's brand new. I don't think it's ever been run. And that's running just absolutely splendidly. So anyway, just a quick follow-up on running DC locomotives on AC, and of course the Lionel 8200 Dockside switcher. Made the guy an offer and he accepted because nobody wanted to buy this thing. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with this. And it's new. It is virtually new. So anyway, just a quick follow-up. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to drop me an email. BENZTRAINZ@gmail.com. And as always, thank you for watching.